At a certain point, Todd and everybody decided, hey, they want to make a multiplayer Fallout game.
How do we create a more shared experience that builds on some of the ideas from our other games and creates basically a giant sandbox for players to come in, experience our stories, and tell their own stories?
As you venture out into this new American frontier, some of your fellow survivors may not be neighborly.
We have fans that have been begging for multiplayer for years, right? But there are other fans that just love their single-player Fallout.
They like to do things different. You have to push yourself and say, out of your comfort zone and say, hey, we think there's something here. We're going to go at it and do our best.
And this was a case where I think, we kind of needed our players to help us along the way.
When I look at the 76 community, I feel especially grateful to them. They stuck with us.
Even though it had a rough launch, there were a lot of people playing it saying, no, I think there's something here, keep at it.
When we first ventured out after launch, there were no other characters. There were no other than players. There were no NPCs. And the story was really just kind of going through and putting together pieces and understanding what happened. And there was this horrible scorch plague that had hit. And then, because it's a live service game, we keep layering on and adding more stories. So then Wastelanders comes out and we add more. People show up. They're coming back to Appalachia because now they realize this place is pretty awesome. It's not the hellscape that everything else is around. So you have raiders and settlers and all these factions coming in, and we tell their stories and build on that, and then continue to add other factions. For example, we have added the Brotherhood of Steel Returned, and that ties into the first Fallout games, right? And these folks came from the West Coast, and we have to tell their story. And with 76, the story will continue to unfold for years. It's a live game. We can continue to iterate on it. We can listen to our fans, get their feedback, and work with that.
We were able to find the right people in the right spots for that project. Today, it has a very loyal audience, a big audience. It's phenomenal the things that they're able to do with that game.
One of the things that we try to do, and that I think is a really good thing, is you can say to somebody hey, what's your favorite Fallout game? And you'll get a different answer, right? That each of them is unique, and 76 is very, very unique. But there are a lot of people who say, no, this is my favorite one. I want to play with my friends. These are the things that I want to do. And having that ongoing connection with your audience, every week, day to day, does change in a positive way how your studio thinks about games, as opposed to putting out a game and then going away for 3 or 4 years and then showing it. So it's a much more active kind of development process.